Welcome back to Prestigious Prep by Paris. I'm Paris. Thank you so much for being here. If you're a new member of the Prep Squad, thank you so much for being here. Over here at Prestigious Prep, we desire to excel in all areas of our lives, and that means we leave no stone unturned. So in our family and our friendship and our finances and everything above and below, we desire to excel. God's the head of our lives over here, but we have not yet arrived. So if you want to be a part of a family that does all of those things, and you want to see how I got this bomb lock look, make sure you stay tuned. Wait a minute though, for all of my returning members of the Prep Squad, thank y'all so much for continuing to support me, liking, commenting, share the videos. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all as well. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. All right, so I already started on my hair, so here is that where we are right now. I have probably like 4 rows in the top, maybe 3 rows in the top left to go. So just so you can see. Okay, so I am actually using the Bobbi Boss New Locks. I got the 18-inch in the color 1, and then I also have the same New Locks Bobbi Boss in 18-inch, but it is the M2 blue. I'm going to put the links in the description box below to Tress's Beauty Supply so you guys can make sure you purchase your locks from us. I'm also using Shine and Jam for my parting, as well as to make sure the roots are nice and sleek and my ends are protected. I'm also going to be using, for parting, I'm going to be using my rat tail clips and I'm also going to be using my rat tail combs and my clips for sectioning it when I need those. So I'm also going to be using, as my last thing, the Expressions Cuban twist hair. This is 3 times the hair. Basically, there were 3 bundles in here when I started originally, and it is 16 inches, and it is actually by, it's Ultra Expressions, so you can kind of see here. You can also use Cuban twist hair, which we do have at Tress's Beauty Supply as well. So, but again, I'll be sure to link all these things below. And so let's go ahead and let's get started, okay? All right, so with the blue color, I'm kind of just sprinkling that throughout, kind of wherever I see fit, basically. I didn't want to overdo it, so I only got 1 pack because I wanted it to be more like a highlight versus it actually being like 2 tones or 2, well, it's still kind of 2 tones, but you know what I mean, like dramatic color pretty much. So you can just see I just wanted a little bit of razzle dazzle because I get bored quick, okay? So I didn't want to do a lot of color and then just be over it too soon. So I only have 1 of those, like I mentioned before, and so I have this left, and I'll just be sprinkling those throughout. And so far I've actually used 2 packs of the Bobbi Boss, the 1D rather, and this is my 3rd pack. Yeah, it's my 3rd pack that I'm opening. So I bought 4 packs just to be safe, and then 1 pack of the spring twist hair. So I'm thinking that I'm probably ended up only going to use 3.5 packs. Yeah, probably 3.5 packs. But yeah, so the new locks too, just in case you were wondering, are 2 times. So you get 2 times the normal amount of locks in those. So, all right, so let's do it. So I'm going to just let you guys watch along with me. I'm gonna go ahead and get parting together, how I want it in the top, and then I'll come back when I start installing so I can show you guys how I add the lock and how I apply the spring twist. So be back shortly. Hey, so I'm back. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I've done with the crown, which is, this is what my crown is looking like. So my crown is done. So what I'm going to do is, I've actually already put jam on the roots for this. I'm working on the last braid on this side. The jam makes it nice and shiny. It gives a nice barrier, if you will. You know, that way when I take my braids down, my hair is still moisturized. And it's just to what I put on my scalp as far as the oil. So I'm not using a crochet needle as I mentioned before, so I'm just going to go ahead and start braiding at the root, separating into my 3 sections just for a normal braid. Make sure you get a good 3 section going on. Make sure the start is very flat. You want to make sure your roots are very flat. You don't want them to be bulky or anything like that. Otherwise, it's going to look crazy. I have to take this and open it up a little bit more, and I'm going to insert this 1 piece of crochet through one of my braids. And then I'm going to continue braiding down, but I'm not going to include the crochet piece. I'm only going to continue to braid my natural hair down. So what you're going to have to do is make sure that crochet stays out of the way, obviously, and then you can just continue your braid. So of course you could take a crochet needle and just crochet it in like after you've actually done the braid, but like I said, I didn't know where mine was, and I didn't feel like going to the warehouse and doing all these different things to get another crochet needle, because we sell those as well. So, and I'll be sure to link that. So anyway, you just continue to braid, and then once I get to a certain point, I'll just start twisting my actual hair down, because now some people don't. Some people braid a little further. Some people will they won't braid at all. They'll braid just a tiny little bit, and then they'll wrap the rest. But I really want to make sure that my hair is protected, so I'm just doing like a simple twist. I still have jam on my hand, so it's giving a nice flip and glide, if you will, that I need. So I'll just do this down to a certain point, and then I'll always take a little more of the jam like right at the very bottom to make sure that it's nice and smooth, and again, just to give it that protective barrier. So this is what it should look like once you're done. So you should have your crochet, and then you should have it crocheted into your braid technically, but obviously, you know, using the method that I just showed you. So you should have these 2 pieces, and then you're going to take your spring twist or your Cuban twist hair, the portion that you want. You're going to take a small section. You can go larger if you want, but I like to do smaller so then I don't have to extend my spring twist hair, because my hair is so long, the twist, and I'm trying to cover that. So you see how long my twist is. So to keep me from having to add more to the spring twist, I just do about this much. I take it and lay it up against the root. Make sure everything is nice and secure and I have a good grip on it. And then I will start to wrap. I normally like to wrap to the back because I feel like I'm more in control of that. I wrap a few times up to make sure my root is secure, as you can see right here. And then I hold it and I squeeze the section where my crochet and my braid are connected, because I don't want that to be lumpy. I like the butterfly flick, which is why I like using the spring twist or the Cuban twist. So I don't mind if it looks distressed, that's kind of the point, but I don't want it to be obvious that I'm trying to cover that section up, if you know what I mean. So we'll just continue to wrap. So it gives a butterfly effect without me having to use my thumb and do all these different things. It just makes it a little bit easier. So we'll just continue to wrap all the way down until I get my hair covered up. Originally, I was on my first 2 braids, I sprayed got to be glued hair holding spray on it, because I saw someone else do that. And honestly, guys, if you wrap it well enough and you continue to wrap until you can't wrap anymore, and then at the very end, which I'm going to show you, you take that last piece, if you can, that is once you've gotten all your hair covered up, and wrap it back up a little bit, it definitely locks it in. And I don't think I'm gonna need to use the got to be spray. So my hair, as you can see, is covered up. Can't see it anymore. So now I'm going to start wrapping back up the twist or the lock. So wrapping in the opposite direction with what's left. And I actually have a little bit of my hair left, so I'm going to add a little more of the spring twist hair. So what I've also been doing is, if I have to add like at the very bottom of the spring twist hair, I'm just cutting off a little piece of it. So instead of doing the whole spring twist, I'll take like this much and I'll cut it. So this is what I'm going to use to add to the piece that is sticking out, or not sticking out, but that's at the bottom. So I'll do the same thing. I'll take this, put it up against the actual lock itself, and then I will start to wrap it. Wrapping away, away, away. I'm gonna continue to do this until my hair is actually covered and tucked away. All right, now my hair is actually covered, really. So now I'm going to go back up the lock the opposite way and it's secure. Okay, I also do a final little to-do with that, but this is what this side is giving, what it's looking like. Oh, I wrapped with the 1B spring twist hair because I also wanted to give it like an ombre effect, and I just blew it all the way at the root and down, so kind of like a mixture to make it look more natural for anybody that might be wondering why I didn't try to like match the color and all these different things. So, all right, so this is all we have left here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to finish this, and then I'll come back just to do the last few on the top so you can see me do the wrapping method again, and then we'll talk. Thanks. Okay guys, so we're back. I have finished this section, and I think this is gonna be about 3 braids as well. So I'm just gonna put some, we're gonna put some jam on there, and then I'm going to part, and do my first part. I always do, even for this one I did it, but the layered brick look, when you do braids, you want to make sure that every row alternates, meaning there's a braid in between that's going to fall in between the braids below it. So if you think about laying a brick, that is exactly how you want your hair to look. Otherwise, it will look very weird and spacey. So layering your brick, so I'll show you right here. So here's, now this is probably gonna be used, but you see how this braid is not necessarily lined up with this line. It gives me another braid that'll start in this section that will fall in between. So that's what I mean when I say do the brick layer method. There's lots of videos and stuff out there that you can look at for that, but if you're wondering how I did it like really full and it does not look boxy, that's how I do it. So all right, so remember what we're going to do is we're going to start braiding our natural hair. I'm going to part that in 3 sections, and then we're going to start to braid. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and probably 4. And then I'm just going to add in the crochet hair through that loop, and I'm going to pull it back out of the way. I'm going to continue to braid my natural hair down a little bit further. I'm going to make sure that this is positioned appropriately and it's not bulky and it's not messy looking. And then after I get done with that braid, I'm going to start to twist down. This should also make my takedown very easy. I don't know, guys, what it's going to be like to take all of these down, but we'll see. So I'll just continue to twist. And because these pieces are a lot smaller, I'm probably not going to twist all the way down to the end on this one in particular because it's already pretty much a thin piece of hair. So, all right, I have my spring twist hair here ready to go. Remember what we want to do is just take that small piece. Here's what it looks like right here. We're going to take that small piece, put it under the bottom of the actual lock and your twist or your braid or whatever you did, and then we're going to start to twist it. I start at the top and wrap several times. You'll do this to your liking, I kind of feel and see if it's at the root or if I want to go up a little bit further. If not, then I'll just continue to wrap. Depending on where you are in your head, you might be wrapping towards you, you might be wrapping away from you. So you'll figure out what's more comfortable for you when you actually try this on yourself. So hopefully you guys can see this. Okay. Maybe I'll stand like right here. Okay, let's get even better. Look at what we're doing here. And we'll just continue to wrap all the way down. Remember, the goal is to cover the end of our hair up. When you get to the very bottom, remember you're going to start to wrap back up the lock the opposite way. Okay. Okay. All right, so there is. Okay, so I am finally finished. This is what it looks like. I'm not exactly sure how many locks I have, but if you guys want to know, let me know in the comments and I will count them for you. And this is my little concoction. This has a lot of the DNA and bio oils that we have at Tress's Beauty Supply and mixed in with a little bit of Dew Grow. So if you want to know what's in here, that's what's in here. So you can also get your oils and things from Tress's Beauty Supply. It's always, you know, a good idea to make sure that you give your scalp a good start. I washed my hair and conditioned my hair with the Cream of Nature Mango line, I believe. That I am loving. That was my first time using it and I loved it. So my hair was very soft. It smelled really good. It was moisturized. Love that. So actually, let me show you what it looks like. There's the shampoo and the conditioner. I got them from our beauty supply, Tress's Beauty Supply. Here is a leave-in conditioner that I used. And then here is the mask that I used, all from Tress's Beauty Supply. All right, so I'll be sure I'll link all of these below. I love them. It was my first time using all of them. Love them, okay? All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, I might do a little montage after I put on some clothes so y'all can see how it all came together. But yeah, so that's that.